Let's do this one more time. We got the season finale of Ahsoka, and there are several Star Wars Easter eggs, references, and mythological inspirations to break down, so let's get to it. The title of the episode is a reference to the first book in the fantasy series The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Thrawn vows to never again be thwarted by the heroics of a single Jedi. I actually feel like this could refer to multiple events from Star Wars Rebels. Kanan turned the tide of the Battle of Atollon by bringing the Bindu into the fight, and of course Ezra exiled Thrawn using the Purrgil in the Battle of Lothal. The ritual the Great Mothers perform on Morgan Elsbeth, the Gift of Shadows, is word for word the same as the ritual seen performed on Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars. Hers seemed a lot more intense, with more magic, but she didn't get the burns on her face, so it's a little different. The Blade of Talzin is a green-flamed sword wielded by Mother Talzin in the Clone Wars. She used it to duel Mace Windu in the episode The Disappeared Part 2. Huyang once again references his previous work instructing younglings on how to build their first lightsabers. Ezra rejects a blade emitter the droid hands him because he claims it's too narrow. This might be a joke about a criticism some fans had about Star Wars Rebels, that the lightsaber blades were too thin. Sabine brings up Kanan, and Huyang mentions his true name, Caleb, which he changed when he went into hiding after Order 66. The emitter Huyang gives to Ezra is the same kind Kanan used in Star Wars Rebels. His new lightsaber now looks like a mix between his master's and his green one that Sabine now wields. When Ahsoka asks Sabine if she's kept up with her training, she at first says she tries, before changing her answer to I do. This is an echo of Yoda's advice to Luke in The Empire Strikes Back. Try not, do or do not. It's a lesson Kanan also passed on to Ezra. As the Jedi make their way inside the Night Sister Fortress, Thrawn's face flashes with frustration and anger. That happens so rarely in Star Wars Rebels, I think it's worth mentioning. The Great Mothers perform another ritual we've seen before in the Clone Wars, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and more. They bring several dead Night Troopers back to life through their dark magic. Although these zombies have a different origin than those of the novel Death Troopers, you can't deny the similarities either. Zombie Stormtroopers is something I never thought we would see like this, and I love that it happened just in time for Halloween. The black-armored Death Troopers also get to live up to their name since they're also zombies. The Rogue One Visual Dictionary actually mentions rumors that they may have some connection to the biological weapon that created the zombie troopers back in Legends. Sabine blasting the lower part of the helmet off the Death Trooper gives it that classic zombie stormtrooper look. This isn't the first time she or Ezra have encountered Night Sister magic. In Star Wars Rebels, Sabine and Kanan were both possessed by the spirits of dead Night Sisters, and Ezra had to save them both. Sabine assisting Ezra in a huge jump is something Kanan and Ezra did several times throughout Star Wars Rebels as well. Ezra pretending to be an Imperial on their own comms is yet another thing he used to do frequently in Rebels. Thrawn taunts Ahsoka with the knowledge that he knew Anakin and knew what he turned into. This is the most direct reference to the events of the book Thrawn Alliances the series has made so far. The convor Ahsoka sees on Peridea is Morai. She is connected to an immensely powerful being called the Daughter, who sacrificed her life to save Ahsoka during the Clone Wars. Since then, the two have been spiritually connected. The Daughter was one of the Mortis gods alongside the Father and the Son. The statues Baylan is seen walking on near the end of the episode are representations of those figures, the Father in the middle, the Son on the right, and what remains of the Daughter on the left. I wouldn't be surprised if the statue of the Daughter was ruined by the Night Sisters, because they are more connected with the dark side, which was represented by the sun. Off in the distance, Baylan sees a flickering light on the top of a mountain. It's possible that could literally be the former home of the Mortis gods, a mountain stronghold which was seen in the Clone Wars. All this imagery gives us one final callback to Tolkien. The statues are similar to the Argonath that mark the borders of Gondor, and the mountains in the distance are similar to the view Sam and Frodo get of Mordor. Thrawn takes the Great Mothers back to Dathomir, and this is the first time we've seen the planet in live action. It was mentioned in live action by Darth Maul as his base in Solo: A Star Wars Story, but has been seen on screen several times in the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Ezra's return to the New Republic mirrors the start of this series. He is using Baylan and Shin's shuttle, but this time it truly is a Jedi coming on board. Before this series began, we all but knew Hayden would be in it, and we all were guessing how he would appear. Flashback, Force Ghost, hologram? The fact that we got all three is certainly not an Easter egg, but I've gotta point it out because it's great. And I also want to point out the many musical callbacks the Kiners made to their previous work in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Ahsoka's theme, Sabine's theme, and more. Wonderful work. Finally, looking at the credits and knowing the future of this story is likely headed towards Mortis, the blue and gold aesthetic is awfully similar to what we've seen of the mystical realm in the Clone Wars. But that's everything I caught in the season finale. Let me know what I missed in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for, yes, even more Ahsoka coverage, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.